Excited about the big event coming up here in Stockton. It's coming up. It is StocktonCon WinterCon, and it's coming up in January. But as we get ready for the excitement, one of the things we wanted to do is, of course, talk to the people who are going to be there. And Breeze is with us, one of a lot of people's favorite professional wrestler who's going to be coming out to Stockton. And Breeze, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me on here.
So let's talk about it. You're getting into the scene now when it comes to going around the country, going independent, but also meeting a lot of people. So how's that been, getting the actual time, that freedom to meet people instead of having to go wherever the big trucks go?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I mean, I've got to be honest. The little break in the action has been very good, very kind of warranted. I was go for a long time. I was with WWE for 11 years, so having a little break to catch my breath and rest up a little bit and reassess and just enjoy life a little bit has been absolutely fantastic. Because when you kind of open your eyes, there's a lot of stuff to do out there. You know what I mean? So StocktonCon being one of them.
Yeah, well, and talk about some of the things is like I see that you're interacting with fans and some of your old friends on the video game circuit, because I'm a big gamer myself, and calling some matches. That's got to be fun because you're calling matches, which I'm sure you and I, never thought when we were kids, matches of video game wise of like The Undertaker, Mankind, Stone Cold Steve Austin. How'd that come together? How fun is that?
So it's kind of cool, man. So myself and Dilly is what I call him from his time as Ty Dillinger, but Sean Spears, as you know him now. So we work together on the Sweets Live on Twitch, and basically we're just kind of it happened very quickly, but at the same time we've been streaming for about 3 years, and we have a great community there who basically they just come together. A ton of friendships have been had there, and we all just have a fun time. So what we do is we try to find different ways to be interactive, different ways to keep everybody entertained. And as you know, like the world is so fast moving now. If you don't keep somebody entertained, they're gone, man. So we've formed a pretty good community here. Everybody has a lot of fun. I know that me and Dilly do as well. So it's kind of cool seeing what we can do in the gaming space.
Now, now that when you're part of WWE, it's just such a fast pace, and you're going with, I guess, their train, their bus. Now that you are now in the driver's seat of your own vehicle, which is got to be great. Events like StocktonCon, are you pleasantly surprised on how many people? One, myself, and I'm not just saying this, I just wouldn't say it, but how people really appreciated your work, and did you really think about how far it reached?
Yeah, big time. So one thing that I like is it's kind of a big reality check. It's very easy to get kind of swept up in the whirlwind that is professional wrestling, and it just kind of blows by, and you don't really notice the type of things that you're actually doing. Like, being a part of a WrestleMania or several WrestleManias in front of, thousands of people, you don't really notice it until all of a sudden you're signing something for somebody and they go, hey, I saw you here and I saw you here and I saw you here. And this match was really cool. And this thing you did on Up, Up, Down, Down was very cool. And like, you're affecting people's lives and you don't really notice it until you kind of get that time to stop and go, wow, I've actually done some like really, really amazing things with a lot of amazing people. And it leaves a lasting impression on people because that is our job, is to entertain people. And if you're good at it, it's supposed to last a while with memories and stuff like that. Especially over the past couple of years, people have been at home a lot more and watching a lot more stuff on either Zoom calls or YouTube or stuff like that, and Twitch obviously too.
Right.
And I think people have they've really kind of taken to their favorites that entertain them, because again, there's so much stuff out there now between Netflix, Prime Video. You could choose any streaming service and be entertained for hours and days. So you have to be, you have to bring something different, and it's not just enough to be a random person. You know what I mean? You have to be invested in it. You have to put effort into it, and you have to work hard to entertain people.
I think about you, and then this is, one of the compliments as a big wrestling fan myself, and I support a lot of the local Northern California indie wrestling. And I know will be a lot of those wrestlers there. Do you talk to across the world those wrestlers who were like, you weren't really given a chance, I guess you could say, and they gave you something and you ran with it? Because that character that you first came out in NXT, would you say how much of that is you, or how much of it is when it comes to like, oh yeah, I totally walk around with the selfie stick, when I'm going to make food or stuff, or how much of it was like, that's a character that, I can drive this car, if I want to. It maybe not be something I'm comfortable with, but you know what? Watch me drive, and you did a fantastic job. And kept reinventing yourself, which I felt again. It felt like maybe they were okay. We're gonna push them to the side a little bit, and then nope, I'm gonna do it this way, and they're like, darn it, this is working. We got to put them back out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there are actually several things in what you just said. So first off, and we teach this at Flatbacks Wrestling School as well, is when you're getting into entertainment, when you're getting into professional wrestling, and not just professional wrestling, but any sort of entertainment at all, you can't just be a person. You can't just go, you know what, eventually they're going to come and knock on my door and they're going to give me an opportunity. It does not work that way because there's thousands of people who want to do what you're doing and only a handful get to actually do it. So when you get the opportunity, whether it's your idea or not, if you are handed an opportunity, it is yours. It is yours to either, make the most of it or go, you know what, I prefer to do something else. And maybe you will, and maybe you won't, but you're taking that chance of saying, no, thank you, when there's a lot of other people saying, I'll take that. And you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to, if they say, hey, you're this today and you're this tomorrow, you got to be able to do everything. You got to be able to jump into whatever you can and just kind of put whatever, ego you have aside. And this is our job. So you need to be able to jump into whatever character they need you to jump into. You'll hear a lot of people, and they have a lot of different opinions on certain things. A lot of people say the best, wrestlers, the best entertainers are just themselves turned up to 100 or 1,000. Me personally, and this is just my opinion,
right?
I go the complete opposite with it, where everything that I am in real life, I don't know how to market that as a character in a wrestling ring, but all the other stuff that I never do in my real life, I get to do in a wrestling ring. Right. And so that to me forms a perfect character of almost like a yin yang type of thing, where everything that I don't get to be, I get to be in wrestling, and it kind of completes me in a way. And that's where you got to, it's kind of a satisfaction of, you know what, there's no limits, there's no censorship. You get to do everything in terms of being a person and your personality and what you want to put out there to the world. So for me, I had a very big difficulty cranking myself up to 1,000 because I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know what to do. But when I came up with something like a Tyler Breeze or whatever I was handed, that was, a whole different ballgame that I went, that's not me. I can do that. So that was a lot easier for me and a lot more fun.
No, and I know a lot of people had fun watching you. Now, coming up in January, you'll be coming down to Northern California, StocktonCon. Now, people, I'm sure, they bring you all kinds of different items and pictures and things like that. But will you have some stuff for them if they want to pick some stuff up, to sign pictures or maybe shirts and things like that?
I will. Yeah. I'll be bringing, some pictures, autographs. Obviously, you can get pictures with me myself. I'll have some shirts available as well, maybe some hoodies too. It is WinterCon after all, even if it is a California winter. But it's I'll have a lot of stuff. And again, I look forward to the stuff that people bring me to sign. I've seen a lot of creative stuff. People kind of they put a lot of effort into when they meet you, getting their favorite things signed, which is very cool. So that's always kind of a fun thing for me, is seeing what people bring as well.
And talking about, is there anything that stands out, maybe family-wise, because it is a family show, that someone's brought to you, or maybe even if it's not like strange, but it was like obscure, or no, you didn't think someone even had that?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going obscure, I've got to say probably the weirdest thing I was asked to sign was a baby, and I refused to sign a baby. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll sign a shirt. I will sign, a little onesie that the baby's got on, but I will not sign your baby. So don't bring your baby to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, StocktonCon's coming up here in January. We're excited to see Breeze coming down. I know you're going to be seeing some of your friends. Like I know Fandango's going to be there, Darby Allin's going to be there, and then there's going to be some other pop culture stars there. And my last question is, have you going through the circuit now, meeting some of the people through these conventions, besides wrestling, have you ever met someone that you're like, oh man, that's kind of cool that they were there because I watched them when I was young, or I watched their movie?
So you know what? I haven't been a part of the convention scene as much as I'd like to yet. I kind of was in and out of a couple of them, and I didn't get to see anybody. And one of the things that I really am looking forward to is kind of wandering around and seeing who else is there, because, just like me, I am a fan of the other people that are there. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very curious who's going to be there. And I'm kind of excited for it because, again, I have not got to explore that part yet.
Well, this is going to be a good time. Breeze, thank you so much for joining us. Now, where can people find you? Because I know you're on Twitch, you're on all the social media, and especially on Twitch because you're so interactive. Where can people find you?
So we got a bunch. I mean, obviously on Twitter and Instagram at Gorgeous with 3 M's. If you're looking to, be a part of a community, have fun with some video game stuff, watch myself and Dilly kind of mess around. It's www.twitch.tv/thesweets with a Z live. And then the same thing, we have that on Instagram as well. And if you're looking to get into professional wrestling and want to get trained properly, check out www.flatbackswrestlingschool.com. And we got all our info on there. And I think that's probably about it.
And where's that located, that wrestling school? Because I know you and Ty Dillinger have been putting that, Sean Spears have been putting that together. Where are you guys located?
We're just outside Orlando in Apopka, Florida.
Perfect. Awesome.
But I mean, we've had people from all over the world. It's pretty crazy. We just had somebody from France, somebody from Italy, a couple of people from Israel. If people want to make it happen, they find a way to make it happen.
Exactly. And well, you're going to make it happen here in StocktonCon, the WinterCon version coming up in January. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, man. Thank you.